It's time to play ball. Welcome to the podcast with no limits. Whether it be sports, current events, or random thoughts, this is the place to step in and stay a while. Your host is a proud alumnus of Rio Hondo Prep, a former minor league baseball umpire, and a man with strong opinions. Welcome to the Get Home Safe podcast and your host, Matt Heersema.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Get Home Safe. It is a Monday edition of the podcast. We are recording this Sunday, but you guys are listening to this Monday, July 12th. And it's been a while since I've had my only brother on the podcast. He used to do Mondays with me a lot, but he's a busy man. I'm glad he's back. Sam Heersema joins me today.
Thank you for having me. And you forgot the explicit language, possibly?
I did.
I will try to control myself, but I might swear, damn it.
Well, to those listening out there, I know Mondays don't get a lot of plays, but, I thought Sam was over last night for the UFC fight. And I said, dude, let's do a podcast. Let's throw one together. It won't take very long. So here we are. Sam, good to be back. When was the last, man, we used to do it through Zoom on Sunday nights when we talk like NFL or something, man. It's been a long time, right?
4 or 5 months, probably.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I've never been in the studio and on video at the same time. This is odd for me. Well, you got this fucking light in my face blinding me. I'm not trying to be a douchebag. The light's pointing right at me.
Not trying. Wow, you do so well. I told Sam, I said, yeah, you're going to have to actually look in the camera or at least look at me or whatever. That's kind of we put this table together, me and Bill, so that we can look at each other and talk. And, we were looking at the camera for a while, but this is much better. So happy to have you, Sam. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. But we got it. The elephant in the room here for you guys not watching. You guys can't see it on YouTube either, but Sam's got a soccer game on in my studio, corrupting me. What is this? The Euro? What does Euro mean?
UEFA Euro, man.
Euro Cup. Oh,
Relax. It's the finals. You can watch a little soccer every now and then.
Italy versus England. What is this? World War II? I already know how this ends. And yes, England is winning. Yeah. 1-0. That's going to be a final score.
Yeah. Learn to like it. I swear.
Dude. Hey, wait a minute.
We're in fake time right now.
Dude.
As you like to call it.
Yeah, it is fake. Dude, the clock's counting up. Is it broken?
It's supposed to. They stick to
tradition. This guy fell down. He's grabbing his leg. He just got bumped.
Soccer sticks to tradition, man. You have to respect that. You don't have like the NFL, like let's change a rule every year. Let's cuddle the quarterback because they're getting hurt too much. Let's make extra points further away. Let's if you kick it through the uprights on the kickoff, it's automatic 3 points, and that's going to be the next one.
Adopting, evolving, if you will. It's okay. I hear what you're saying, I guess, but my word, soccer. I've tried. That's the thing that people don't understand is I've tried to watch it, and it takes me about 5 minutes before I just roll my eyes and I'm like, I can't do this. I just can't do it.
Well, I'm having a Coke Zero right now and I'm watching soccer. It's my part. I'm trying to be less white. All right.
Wow. I was going to say, well, you're being less something. I won't go into that. Coke Zero and soccer. Who are you? I thought we were related.
The training did wonders for me.
I guess so. Well, Sam, it's been a while. Typically Mondays I'm by myself and I just ramble about some of the sports from the weekend and some other random topics, but I have some really interesting topics that I'm glad you're here for because I was just going to do them and they're not quite as fun. I think you can react better. I had this idea last week about reasons like to not trust people. And these could be good people that you love, but I saw something and it just got me thinking. And it was someone was eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I saw them layer up the sandwich and they put way more jelly than peanut butter. And my immediate thought was, this person's psycho. I can't trust. How do you trust someone that puts more jelly on their peanut butter and jelly sandwich than peanut butter? I don't know if that makes sense to you.
I can agree with that, but I will make an addition. You put the right amount of peanut butter on, you put the right amount of jelly on, throw a little butter on there too.
Oh,
if you're gonna make some bad choices, make some terrible ones.
I love it. Yeah, indeed. And so that started my chain of my thought process of what are some other things that jump out to me as like, okay, that person's crazy. I can't trust that person. And or maybe they're just little annoyances of things that I see. I saw someone driving yesterday and there was a sign in their car that said, new driver, please be patient. And I thought to myself, well, wait a minute. You're their driver, you're not. If you're not ready for this, if you're not ready for life on the road, maybe you shouldn't be on the road, but don't tell me to be patient with you because you're a new driver. Can you imagine? How JV is that?
You just passed your test. You should have the most knowledge of all of us. There's shit that on the permit test and all that crap. I don't do it anymore because I don't remember any of it.
No. And people, for goodness sakes, if you're going to turn right, couple things. Don't turn from the middle of the lane. Move all the way over towards the curb so that people can go by you. And for the love of God, put your turn signal on before you brake. You ever behind these people, Sam? They brake and you're like, why are you stopping? Why are you stopping? And then like right as they're about to turn, they put their signal on. Drives me nuts. At least with the signal on early, I know what you're going to do. And I don't pull the little hair out of my head that I have left. Maybe I'm just complaining too much, but when I'm on the road all day, these are the things I come across and just absolutely drive me up the wall.
Well, we'll leave it up to imagination, but I live in Westminster. If you know Westminster, you know exactly what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So
Orange County, baby. A couple other things I see, and I'm just like, why? What? I hate the little family stick figures on the back of a van. And then they even have a little dog in there and a little dog too. I'm like, what is this little, maybe I just need more joy in my life. I don't know, but it drives me nuts.
I don't care how many family members you have. Just get the hell out of the way.
Move, get out of the way. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, the new driving sticker cracked me up. Can you imagine starting your new job? You walked around with a sign, new hire, please be patient. We're gonna be like, hey, you're either in or you're out. You don't get sympathy.
No. Get in, do your job. You get paid.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Wearing a sticker on your hat, like a douchebag, that I just look at you. I'm like, I can't take you seriously as an adult. If you have a sticker on your hat still, you've done that a time or two.
I used to do that. But yeah. Again, to your point, I grew up.
You did? Socks with sandals. What do you think about that? That's a serial killer, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
That's brutal.
I'll do it from time to time only if I need to go outside real quick to get my shoes or something like that.
Exactly. Or you're a like baseball players, you're geared up and you're heading to a game. Basketball players, same thing. You don't want to wear your sneakers out. I get that. Yeah, socks and sandals, walking to a game with a purpose. There's got to be a purpose. It can't just be you went to the grocery store in socks and sandals.
Yeah.
Come on.
Not even dad wears socks with his damn sandals. He has his Jesus sandals.
Jerusalem cruisers. Absolutely. People that don't lock their doors. I don't know who these people are, why these people aren't the ones that are harmed, by home intruders and stuff. Or maybe they are. I don't know. But people that just routinely don't lock their door. Like that is like, first of all, that was like a sin in our house growing up. We had to multi-lock every door.
Every single door, deadbolt, turn the knob, wave,
push it, make sure it doesn't come undone. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I see people walk out of their house and don't lock the door. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. We deadbolted Dad deadbolts the door now, even if he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It saves time, or it'll make them have to work a little harder.
It'll save me time to do what I need to do when they get in.
We've been around people that kind of are on their phones where we're watching something together, trying to watch a show or something. We've talked about that before. What do we got on this? Dad's left-handed, but people who wear a watch on their right hand. I know you're left-handed. I know you got a bad break at life, but to me, that's like, I don't know. You're trying to go against the grain, I think, if you're wearing the watch on the right hand.
Yeah.
Not so much.
And not really.
I'm reaching. Okay.
I don't pay attention. No.
Okay.
Anyone who drives a Prius. I'm telling you, I've been on the road with my lady in the passenger seat, and a little bit of road rage happens with a Prius in front of me, and she says, aren't you afraid that they're going to attack you, or
they drive a Prius?
They're too busy trying to save the planet to carry a weapon.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I'm worried about a guy driving a Prius. Yeah. That's hilarious. Non-door lock. So these are just some things, someone who never played baseball before, even if you didn't play it in high school, like everyone played baseball when they're like first grade or something, but you never played baseball, like little league or something. Come on.
Yeah.
So these are just people that I question their well-being. They might be great people, nice people, but I just, any you fans out there, listeners, send me your isms, your things that kind of drive you crazy that you see people do on a daily basis. And I'll probably talk a little bit about this with Bill Barnes on Wednesday, but these are just the random thoughts I think about. But
anyone laptop in a coffee house.
Yeah.
Like you're about to write the next fucking American novel.
You're the next Hank Moody.
Yeah. Jeez.
Some people go there for work, I guess, or studying. But, I tried that stuff in college. I was like, I'd sit down and I'd like, I'm not going to do schoolwork right now. What did I think I was doing? Anyway, Sam, we'll talk about the podcast. We'll talk about a few things, but let's jump to last night, UFC 264. Okay, that's what I thought. 264, pretty good undercard. I didn't get to see much of it because I was at work, but the main card, man, had some pretty good fights. Of course, the main event was Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. And man, what did you make? We only saw 5 minutes, but pretty exciting 5 minutes.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And, leading up to the fight, the trash talks just seemed so like forced. Like it wasn't the true Conor McGregor getting under someone's skin. Poirier just sat back and kind of laughed at the whole thing, even after he came at his wife. But I think the top highlight of the fight was after, when Poirier was walking out and his wife behind him, and she flipped McGregor off.
He was talking some serious, man. People love his energy and kind of how he talks trash, but I don't know. He seems like a really big poor sport. Just whenever he loses or he goes down, not so much last time he seemed okay. I think he was just mad that he broke his ankle basically. And it wasn't necessarily from Poirier hitting him. I mean, McGregor came out with some leg kicks. I think that may have loosened it up. And then when he rolled on it, he planted wrong. I mean, his ankle just gave way. And so that's how the fight ended. He's lucky that the bell sounded or the end of the round hit, because Poirier was going to come in and probably beat him to a pulp after that when he went down with one leg.
Yeah, I think so. It was pretty gross altogether.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but yeah. I don't know if he's coming back.
Dude, an injury like that at his age, he's not in his prime anymore. He's one of the most polarizing figures in all of MMA. But man, the last couple fights, he just hasn't looked good. And even in the 5 minutes up until his ankle broke, I mean, Poirier put some good shots in on him. I thought Poirier won that first round.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
He won that first round. So Conor McGregor, his better days are probably behind him. It's tough to see him go out like that, but I hope he does come back. Hope he can put up a fight, because he's always fun. He's always fun to tune into and see what he's going to do, what he's going to say, even if it is inappropriate or wrong. Right?
Yeah. I mean, say what you want. It was still, who saw that coming?
Yeah.
No
doubt.
It's still entertaining.
No doubt. So still a great sport. Poirier with the win. Sean O'Malley had another win. And what was impressive about his win was not just his skills, but his opponent, who he beat. Forgive me, I should know his name. But his opponent that he beat up last night, Chris Mutino. Anyway, Mutino took quite a beating and was still on his feet. I thought he was going to go the distance. His face was bloody. He took a ton of shots from one of the best fighters of that division, bantamweight, in Sean O'Malley. I thought he was going to finish, and he was as tough as nails. You and I both love UFC referee Herb Dean. We didn't love his stopping the fight with 30 seconds left, as Mutino was up on his feet still.
He was still going forward. I mean, there's that point where you really got to start thinking of the safety of the guy, because I know he wanted to finish the fight, but yeah, I don't know. I agree. I didn't like it, but I get it. It was one of those things. Even O'Malley said it after the fight. He was like, "Hey, Might have saved the guy a couple of years by
Yeah.
stopping at 30 seconds too soon.
Yeah. No doubt about it. No, I mean, what a warrior he was. What else do we see? We said Gilbert Burns, those Brazilians, at least the man, they love to just get on the ground and do a lot of hugging and stuff.
Crotch sniffers. Man.
Yeah. It was overall a good night of UFC, kind of a anticlimactic ending with the McGregor fight. And it was really funny, Sam, seeing him on the ground. His leg is broken and he's screaming at the top of his lungs, doctor stoppage, basically saying, I didn't get beat. The doctor's stopping the fight because my leg is broken.
You still got beat.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a loss, buddy. It is a loss. But yeah, he grabs the mic and starts talking smack on his Poirier's wife, and then she flips him off. I mean, it was just like, come on, man. UFC, what a great sport, man.
I love that Rogan got down there on the floor with him.
Yeah, that was classy. I like that.
There's going to be some sort of like meme in the future about that.
Yeah. McGregor's, for those that didn't see, McGregor's on the ground. He can't get up, obviously, with a broken ankle. And Joe Rogan, who goes in the octagon and interviews the fighters, he went down and he laid down next to Conor on the octagon floor interviewing him. It was pretty funny to see.
It was great.
But you know what, Sam? Full crowds in the arena there in Las Vegas. I am just so happy to see full crowds, full stadiums, full arenas. UFC really has led the charge in this entire thing, going back to last, I think, April, when they came, the first sport to come back with no fans in Jacksonville, and then eventually was the first sport to have a full arena. I mean, God bless Dana White. He's the man, and he's one of my favorite commissioners, I guess, in all of sports.
Yeah, definitely agree. And he's great on social media too, as you showed me. What is it, the Fuck It Fridays?
Yeah, Dana White. If you follow him on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, he does that segment where it's like 2 minutes.
What's the name of the segment?
You said it already, but he does this wild food segment where it's something crazy. Yesterday was like a cotton candy burrito or something, where he took cotton candy and folded it with like candy and stuff inside. He did like a waffle. He did like what was it, like burnt ice cream inside a waffle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
taco, weird stuff. He does a weird, usually a dessert of some kind that these people are famous for in a city or whatever. It's really funny to see. If you're a foodie, you love to see crazy, weird food, by all means, follow Dana White. But Dana has Dana he does not care what people think. He is a leader. When you look at leadership, I mean, I think he just encompasses all of that. He is the best leader, I think, in all of sports.
Agreed. Yeah.
Not much more to say about that, but yeah, doctor stoppage. That was we'll see McGregor maybe down the road, but man, UFC is exciting. For those that don't watch it, or you're like, I'm not that interested in it. It took me a while to get there too, but it's exciting. There's no political BS. We already talked about their leadership, the storylines. You got people from all over the world, fighters on all corners of the world. The stories are amazing to hear what guys or girls have had to go through to get to these moments. I mean, it's so entertaining, and to me, it's the best thing in sports as well. It's the best sport out there because there's no negative drama. There's plenty of drama, but drama that is appealing to all of us.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, there's nothing about it that you don't want to watch. I mean, you may say oh, he's an asshole at the end of it or something like that, but it's like it's all something you want to watch. At the end of the day, it's the reason you watch. And
you're ready for the next fight. You're ready for the next week or the next pay-per-view. You're ready for it. So, yeah, God bless the UFC. God bless Dana White, and hopefully these athletes will heal up, those who've been injured and beaten down, and will rise up again, and we'll see some more fights. Sam, it is Monday, and I'm not usually accompanied by a guest, and so that is a big reason I moved my Suds with Studs segment to Mondays, because it just fit a little bit better. So pardon me, but I am going to I'm going to read just a brief segment here, if I can load it, of this week's Suds with Studs segment. And you're an avid listener of the podcast. We'll talk more about the podcast, but Do you like that segment? Does it get boring? I got to ask. Do you like kind of hearing a brief story about someone, military, law enforcement guys?
At times,
Yeah.
I always listen to it because it's almost disrespectful to skip it. but at times I'm like, okay, can we move on? Can we move on? It's great, but I like it. I really do like it.
I do need to polish it up, make it shorter. And this one is this little read here that I have this week. It is really short, so bear with me, and maybe you can react to this. But man, what a studly looking guy this is. Your kind of guy. Look at.
Oh my
this
goodness.
Marine here.
I would not say no.
Gunnery Sergeant Aubrey McDade, 1st Battalion, 8th Marines, Fallujah, Iraq, November 11th, 2004. He was awarded the Navy Cross, which is second only to the Medal of Honor, I believe, at least in the Navy Marine side of things, but I could be wrong. Anyway, this is our Suds with Studs segment here that I'm going to read just a paragraph or two. And we call it Suds with Studs because these are people we would love to sit down and have a beer with, and not just by the first round, but every single round. So here we go. Shortly after departing their base in Fallujah, then Sergeant McDade and 1/8 Bravo Company's 1st platoon entered an alley and encountered an immediate heavy volume of small arms and machine gun fire. In the opening seconds of the engagement, 3 Marines were seriously wounded as the well-positioned and expecting enemy pinned others down. On contact, McDade rushed from the rear of the platoon column toward the kill zone and immediately deployed a machine gun team into the alley to provide suppressive fire on the enemy. After several attempts to reach the casualties in the alley were met with heavy, well-aimed machine gun fire, he showed total disregard for his own safety by moving across the alley and successfully extracting the first of 3 wounded Marines from the kill zone. Aware of the fact that there were still 2 wounded Marines in the alley, McDade dashed through the heart of the kill zone 2 more times, each time braving intense enemy fire to successfully retrieve a Marine. After extracting the last casualty from the kill zone, he assisted in their treatment and a medical evacuation. His quick thinking and aggressive actions were crucial in saving the lives of his fellow servicemen. Well, bravo, Gunnery Sergeant Aubrey McDade. Sounded like a guy basically that in this horrible situation in Fallujah just kept going in, grab a buddy, grab someone wounded, bring him out, not just once, but a couple times. So, man, what tremendous bravery and valor there from Sergeant McDade. And cheers to you, sir. You're someone I would definitely love to sit down and have a beer with, and not just by the first round, but every single round. Sam would probably like having a beer with you too, but I don't think he'd buy the first round or any rounds.
Yeah, I'd give him a round. he's earned it, and because in all honesty, he does sound like a guy you can have a few rounds with, maybe get a little inebriated, and then he will definitely make sure you get home safe.
Look at you. I like that. Sam Heersema, you've been gone a while, but you picked right up where you left off. Awesome stuff. Let's talk a little bit, Sam, about what do we got? Soccer controversy here. A guy fell down. There's got to be some type of penalty. Okay, I'm not okay. First of all, there's one ref, and of all the colors the ref has to wear, they put him in pink. What is this? The NFL in October or whatever? Come on, don't put everyone hates the referee. You're gonna put him in pink too? That's wrong. Come on, Sam.
Leave the sport alone.
Sport. You said sport. Oh, my bad. Okay.
There's a poll out there.
What is this called? This is a field goal attempt? Sorry, penalty kick, whatever.
Yeah. I want to see you be one of these guys who stands in front of the goal. And I'd be love to be the one kicking so I could kick you right in the fucking face.
Sterling. You guys haven't seen that on YouTube. Look up Scott Sterling. It makes fun of soccer a little bit, but it's just this dude just gets beat up time after time with his the penalty kicks. It's really funny. Okay, Sam, you're a big whiskey guy. We got to talk whiskey here. You and I both enjoy the various styles, flavors, whatever you want to call it. You have your kind of bottle of choice that you go to during the week that's a little cheaper, I think. I mean, you're one who values $1, and especially on your whiskey and things. So what is kind of your go-to whiskey? And then what are some of your like favorite whiskeys outside of what you normally drink?
Okay. So the go-to normally for the price, it doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt going down. Anything, any feelings, any nerves that I've had in my throat are long gone. Evan Williams, it's actually not bad. It's if you mix just a little water in, you're okay. It's a go-to. You can get it if you go to Total Wine, you can get it for $15.63 plus tax.
Oh, shit.
Yes, I have it down to a system.
Wow.
And yeah, overall, man, I'm more of a bourbon person. There's a tiers for me. It's Evan Williams for normal. I'll go Jim Beam sometimes if it's on sale.
You pretty good value there,
Yeah.
Jim Beam.
And then I'll do the next one up is probably Bullet Rye.
Okay, a bullet bourbon. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that.
It's a beautiful. It's tasty. It's beautiful. You can get it at Costco too for pretty cheap.
Well, you get the big bottle, and it's not like it's not cheap. It's
cheaper than it is out everywhere else
for what you get.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, bigger bottle I think is like $38 or something like that. And then my special bourbon is Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare. What is this? It sounds very patriotic.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful bottle. It's a beautiful taste. It's a about $31 for a standard 750
Okay.
bottle. Give it a try. I'll bring it over sometime.
That's a better idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let you bring it on over.
I'll bring you a shot.
Oh,
of it.
wow.
But there's a new one coming out. That's been in the works about coming out for a while now. I've told you about it. I know it's based off of a show that you will never watch, but it's a bourbon. It's called Brothers Bond.
Brothers Bond.
Yeah.
Oh, is that vampire one you always send me?
Yeah.
No, there's some funny scenes. You always send me clips, which is
it's about two brothers that were in basically they got turned into vampires during the Civil War, and today all they do is kill people and drink bourbon. Like, sounds like a pretty great life to me.
That's not too bad. Boy, wow, that's interesting. So where does the OG Jack Daniels fit into your whiskeys? It's not really. I do it.
I mean, I'm not a pompous asshole, but I'll never really get Jack unless if Evan's not on sale and Jack is $29.99 like it is in some places, then I will get it. But there's all these little things that have to be set in motion in order for that to happen. Jack's the sour mash is not my favorite.
I didn't like it very much when I started partaking in liquid libations, but it grew on me, and then I did kind of like the flavor more. Because you and I, we don't poison our drinks with sugar or stuff like that. We, ice and maybe some water, but you got to get that flavor like they used to. That was what it's intended for. It's like drinking it straight or whatever.
Yeah.
But I will say, some good Jack Daniels, regular, Gentleman Jack, pretty good, pretty smooth. But man, Dad showed us that the single barrel, which is a special version of Jack. Man, that is smooth as can be. A cold December night, you sip on just that, no ice, no nothing. Man, that'll get you there.
Yeah, single barrel is one of my go-tos. Also, it's just so far out of my price range that
it's a special occasion.
I only buy it for Dad.
Yeah, special occasion. It's a good gift. But one great gift I got actually from Dad, in return for I think what was it, the bar that is for the patio, whatever.
Oh, the patio, the bar that you guys gave him.
Yeah. He contributed a Frank Sinatra, what's it? No, Sinatra Select.
Sinatra Select,
which is a Jack Daniels, and I put it right up there against the single barrel, and as far as smoothness goes, I mean it is really, really good. It's a special brand, of course, but man, it's up there. You tried that, right?
Oh yeah, it's delicious. I had it. I'm the one who suggested it to Dad because you guys were going to give him that bar for free, and he was adamant about giving you something. So yeah. I was like, well, get him this if you want to give him something nice. I had it before. I think it was for someone's graduation, and they got that bottle, and everybody tasted it. And then, of course, right off the bat, they were like, oh, this needs soda. This needs Coke.
Put Coke in it. Jesus, yeah.
Like, why?
I would make an argument. Our society has deteriorated more and more over the years based on the amount of sugar we put in our alcohol. As we've put more sugar and mixers in our alcohol, this started years ago. It has slowly brought down our society. We've slowly gone downhill. Would you agree?
You can make the same argument with coffee and whiskey. How do you drink it? That's how I can tell if I like you or not.
No truer words have been said. Yeah, you see, what did you put in there? Oh, okay. Bunch of sugar and cream. Wow, you need to toughen up a bit.
You get these little keyboard warriors that are drinking lattes at like 3 p.m.
I know, but I can drink coffee all day, and I sometimes do, which isn't probably the best thing for you. But yeah, I'll get coffee at 3 p.m. or something. But again, it's coffee. It's not a dessert. It's coffee. It's something that like gives you a little energy and something hot to drink, which is weird in the summer, I know. But do you drink coffee long time, don't you? Up until it's time to start drinking whiskey, right?
Yeah, I am a big believer of only drinking 3 beverages: CWW, coffee, water, and whiskey. That's my life. I have soda when I'm hungover because the carbonation helps, but that's it. So without further ado, I am hungover right now, and just trying to make it through today.
That's
this
it.
Beautiful Sunday.
That's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. Well, you know what? I didn't hear in there. You're not a big Irish whiskey, so no Jameson for you. I like Jameson, man. It's like a sweeter. It's Irish whiskey.
It's okay. Proper 12 is a lot better than Jameson, though.
I agree. McGregor's whiskey, for those who don't know. Yeah, I've always liked Jameson, but I would put Proper 12 up there against it.
I'd put it above it because it tastes a little stronger. There's like more of a like harshness to it. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a sweets guy. I'm a bitter guy or a salt guy.
Yeah, that sums up your life too. I mean, you're a bitter guy.
That is true.
If you want to, that's the thing. If you want to have dessert, go get some ice cream. Don't corrupt it. I mean, it's like putting sugar on steak. Like, you eat steak for steak. Why would you put all this soda and different flavors into your whiskey? It's like, come on. Now, don't get me wrong. A nice like cocktail, a certain concoctions. Okay, fine. Old fashioned's really good. Gives you a little like, okay, a little flavor, a little class. But in general, you see people, let me get a Jack and Coke and Coke and Coke and Coke or whatever. It's like, what are you doing?
The only way those odd combinations work, and the only way that I like salt and sweet together is chocolate covered bacon. I think it's one of the best things ever invented.
Whoa.
It's delicious.
Where did this come from?
The fair.
Wow. Chocolate covered bacon. Now you got me like intrigued.
Chocolate covered potato chips too isn't bad.
Interesting. I had my first fried Oreo a month or so ago. We went to this fair thing. It was all right. It wasn't bad. And what was the other one? Fried Oreo. What other things do they make? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think you and I like dessert, but it's not like our big thing. It's nice to have some cookie or ice cream here and there, but I don't like crave it and stuff like some people do. Some people have to have a dessert with every meal. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's my chick's the same way. She wants what is that drink? Boba.
Oh,
every single day. So you realize she weighs like 105 pounds. She has at least one of those every day, if not 2. I was like, you realize if I take 3 sips of this, I'm going to gain 10 pounds right off the bat. How do you do this? I mean, as the gentleman before, David Joe, was saying, Asians just have that type of metabolism. I guess that's how it works.
Oh man. Yeah. So your whiskeys, you go Evan Williams. Oh, you know what I didn't say in there, which I think you turned me on to, a Buffalo Trace. Very good. If I'm looking for something a little nicer, a little more, not special occasion, but just, I'd like to, have something outside the ordinary. I like Buffalo Trace.
Yeah. That one's another good one. That doesn't make the list for me, but if it's on sale, yeah, I'll take it.
Interesting. Well, you fans out there, if you got any suggestions, although Sam and I have pretty much tried them all, but if you have any suggestions, definitely throw them our way, and we'll give it a taste test.
I wouldn't say I'm proud of it, but I kind of am that we've tried as many whiskeys as we have.
Well, I got a late start in life. You were ahead of me there, but I think we've made up for lost time.
Oh, excellent.
I know last night we did just fine. Okay, let's move on from that for now. You mentioned Dave Joe. You always give me great feedback on the podcasts. First of all, I mean, this new format has kind of gone into place here for many months now. I'm real happy with kind of how it has evolved. Maybe Mondays aren't for you. Maybe some people only tune in for Wednesday for Bill. But so far, I continue to have a guest on Fridays. It's not always easy, but I'm trying to continue to get more new people and sometimes repeat people. But what has been your honest assessment of the podcast, the overall product here the past few months?
I like it. Yeah, I've been enjoying the guests. I did love Patricio.
Man, that was good.
That was a really good one. I have good stories with him too. On the trip, I think on one of the summer trips, something happened to me. I still don't remember what it was, but I kept having this pain. Like in my, like above my stomach, below my chest, whatever. But him and Andy Chang, I believe, are the ones that ended up taking me to the hospital in El Paso, Texas. He and Mr. Taylor, God bless him, he sat there with me all night. He watched them like draw blood from me. He was there with me. He kept in contact with mom and dad. I think it ended up being some elevated something in my liver or something like that. I ended up being fine, but yeah, he really is that good of a man. I've had a few other interactions with him. I think in 5th grade, he was my Spanish teacher. And every time you got a question right, he'd give you a penny out of or a nickel or something out of this little like case he had. It was great. Don't ask me why I remember that. I just do.
That's funny. No, that's great. Yeah. What a great man he was. And I was blown away that he's still so sharp. He's got such a great, powerful voice. And we bounced around some topics. I did not know that Fernando Valenzuela story he told. That was really awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah.
You know, it's just all the work he has done has been phenomenal just for so many people in Mexico. And who are some you like? Dave Joe? Dave Joe was cool. This most recent.
Oh man. As soon as he brought up happy hour, I was in. He was really, really fun to listen to. He now that's someone I would love to have a beer with, honestly.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'd like to hear more stories about everyone everybody in his class, basically.
Yeah, what a great class. And I've heard the stories, and he's a guy I would have loved to seen play football, because I've just heard he was great, man. A great teammate is what I kind of summed up from talking to him and hearing stories. I'm like, he's a guy you'd want on your team. So that was cool. Let's see, who else were some people you enjoyed listening to? I'm trying to think recently. They all kind of blend together. The past two before Pat Taylor and David Joe, I didn't listen to. I just didn't have time for it. But what was the one? Oh, Mike Gashopo, and then Brad Hull, the Fullerton baseball guy. Vern Sparling was a football official. It's funny. I kind of don't always have I have like a run of like Real Hondo Care Youth League people. Yeah. And then I go, another run from of non-care people or officials and things. And so I try to keep it random, but most of my, like the Joe Rogan podcast is mostly UFC fighters and comedians, plus a few other ones. My guests are usually Care Youth League, Real Hondo Prep people or officials, from some way or one or another. I did like the, forgive me, I can't remember his name right now. San Diego. Mike Cashopo, yeah. That was a good one. San Diego really Sheriff. Did like that. I liked hearing everything from his standpoint. Mm-hmm. And it always comes back to, I guess, the alcohol for me. I got to learn how they made that wine in there. He was describing it. that wine they make in prison. Like, oh my goodness. Well, let's give it a try. You're always looking to save a buck. Yeah. Let me get some of that prison wine you guys make. Is that what's Blake Shelton? What's that Ras wine? Give me that Ras wine. You mean sake? Yeah, Ras wine. That's a funny one if you guys would see that. What about the fast food draft I did with Mike Jarbo? Did you get to see that? And did you? I think he won. He won? Yeah. I think he won. Well, I was right there with you. I'm surprised nobody took Carl's Jr. I did. Oh, you did? I took Carl's. Oh, that's right. You did. Like a late round, like 9 or 10 pick. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't Carl's. It was Jack in the Box. I was too. I was surprised, but honestly, having had so much of it when we were in Rio and Care, because it was the closest spot, right? I mean, I don't know. I got tired of Jack in the Box in a sense, but a bacon ultimate cheeseburger is still one of the greatest things on the planet. Oh, I agree. So, and like,
the tacos, I think is the greatest fast food item ever made. You can get 4 tacos and be full for $2. Like it's great. And then they're
the munchie meal,
not the munchie meal, the bacon and cheddar potato wedges. I always call them a heart attack in a box.
Yeah.
Like it's terrible. Oh my goodness.
Good curly fries. Wait, what just happened? What just happened? They kicked it in the net.
Oh, tie game.
Italy scored. Italia, man, there's some great costumes and stuff in the stands here. We got people dressed as pizza. People going nuts right now, running around.
Look at this gesture.
I'll give them this. When they score a goal, soccer fans do absolutely lose their mind.
That's the best celebration.
Yeah.
Man.
The clock's still running. Stop the clock.
Oh man, I love this.
Why is he? How come every time there's a goal scored, the guys always raise their hand? They were offsides. So what? I hate the offside
Be
rule.
faster.
It is the
That's the
stupidest
one,
rule in
yeah.
all of sports. It is. And there's no
Wow.
one. You're not offside. Oh, he took him down though.
Wow.
Dude, he like.
To me.
Sorry, guys. We're talking about soccer. You guys can't see it.
Whew.
Oh, he flopped. That was a flop.
Who cares?
Whatever. Anyway,
I'm
all
going
right.
for
1-1. I guarantee. Can they tie in the final?
No,
They can't?
tie. No.
They can't tie. Okay.
No.
So someone's got to win.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Italy for the Sopranos. So.
What is, how do they break a tie? They just like have two guys do rock, paper, scissors, or how does that work at soccer?
There's extra time, 2 sets of it.
2 sets.
Yeah, I think it goes.
Why don't they just do
I think
sudden
it goes
death?
15 minutes and 15 minutes. I could be mistaken, and then they go to a shootout if the extra time is still tied.
Why don't they just do sudden death? Sudden death's cool.
Yeah. Well, there was a game last week. I think it was Italy. I can't remember exactly what, but one, I don't watch it that much, but one team was up 1-0 and then they got tied, and then one team went up 3-1 and then they got tied again at 3-3 and then they went into extra time, then they went into shootouts. That was a game I think that you even would have enjoyed.
Oh boy, soccer, man. Every time I try. Soccer to me is like that date you go on, when you're like, all right, I haven't been on a date in a while. I mean, I'm happily in a relationship now, but when I would say, okay, I'm going to go on a date, I'll try this. I know I probably won't like it, but maybe I will. And then 5 minutes in, I'm just like, why did I come on this date? I knew this wasn't going to go well. That's how I look at soccer.
Well,
there's a lot of noise, a lot of people, a lot of nothing happening.
Just because there's no future doesn't mean that date can't transpire into something better that evening.
Well, that's true.
I'm not picky.
Clearly, you drink $15 Evan Williams or whatever.
Yep.
Oh, that's great. So where were we? What were we saying?
I don't know. We got off topic.
We did.
Oh, we were talking about your other guests.
Other guests. So yeah, the fast food draft. Yeah, Jack in the Box. Back to Jack in the Box. I agree. I was mad that we didn't put Fazoli's in there, which was it's fast food Italian restaurant in honor of Italy here.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good. Yeah, it was fun. With the podcast, like you've thrown ideas to me, I'm always just trying to come up with something new. Now the format is what it is. Mondays is kind of open. Wednesdays is Bill Barnes. And I mean, we're getting some gear from fans and things. That's pretty cool. And then Fridays, I just try to have a conversation with someone about their life, but, that's kind of the format, but always open to ideas and things. That's why it's fun to try new things out as far as, a fast food draft or I don't know,
whiskey ratings.
Whiskey rating. We'll do a little tasting sometime.
Oh.
And you even said, yeah, we'll bring up the breathalyzer.
Yeah. We'll bring up the breathalyzer. We'll say, listen, this is what is going to happen after one drink. You're still intoxicated too much to drive after one shot of whiskey.
Yes.
So call Freddie Monteblanco and get it right. Don't waste your time with Uber. I'm right there with Bill Barnes on that.
Yeah, because Fred will give you a discount or expect something from you. Who knows? But no, we'll do that sometime, Sam. We'll have a breathalyzer downstairs for safety purposes of guests here, so that people can
get home
safe. Product placement.
Or get to the guest room safe.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll have to see maybe who can get a high score on that.
Oh, now it's a competition. I'm in. What's the legal limit?
What's 0.08?
Oh man, that's bad. I'm like a resting 0.06. So
hey, you take your blood and you're like, What is this? Rye? what type are you? Bourbon. A resting .06. That's not bad. You're built for this show. You know, when you're sober.
I'm a lot better when I'm sober, to be honest with you. When I start drinking too much, I get a little slower.
You mean the podcast or life?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my goodness. 71 minutes. This clock always trips me out. Oh, so I can't believe soccer's on during my show, but whatever. Yeah. So the fast food, some great guests. Looking forward to a few more guests. The podcast this Friday. I have a former football official, John Hyde, who worked in the, where did he work? Worked in the fuel industry for like, I'm sorry, I messed it up. I had it written down. Not the military, but he was a quality fuel specialist for the Defense Logistics Agency. So you'll have to tune in Friday for that. He's lived all over. He talks about living in Italy, living in Belgium for his job, and of course, all the different bars and things of that nature that he's seen over the years. So fun conversation with John Hyde on Friday that I hope people will tune into. And as I mentioned, I know not many people listen or watch on the Monday show. I get it. It's just me usually. And that's my treat to you guys. I tell you guys on Monday who the guest is on Friday, if I have it lined up already. So that's kind of my reward for those who tune in Mondays.
Yeah, I kind of see starting to see a list over here. Is this confidential information?
Well, this is all my list up here on the wall. These are all people that I haven't contacted, but that I thought might be potentially a great guest to come on here. And one I'd love to get on even before he had his health scare was Pete Clark. Now I'd love to have him on, man.
Coach.
A guy that coached you and I both when we were young kids.
Yeah. He was definitely one of my favorite coaches growing up. Him and man, we had some great coaches. And the Gators had some great coaches. We had a shit team my year, but
no talent. Oh, great coaches.
Yeah, great coaches. Rick Johnson, Gary Shintaku.
The legend.
Man, Pete Clark.
Yeah.
I still remember when he came over. Man, that was awesome. Well, I'm glad he's doing better. I saw he's on a little road trip right now.
Guys, in the hospital, very scary scene. And now he's road tripping with his wife, eating great food and just living life. You got to love it.
Man, just a true man right there. I drank too much whiskey last night and I had a hard time getting up the stairs right here. Man.
PC4, we love you. I'd love to have you on the program. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else up here that that you would, I don't know. Who would you like to see on? Who's someone that comes to mind that maybe you haven't heard from or like you would like to see come on here?
I think you might have reached out to him already, but I'm not sure. Mr. Parker.
Joe Parker? Yeah, one of your favorite coaches, right?
I liked him and I bashed heads a lot, several times, but he was still one of my favorite coaches.
He pushed you, man. He pushed you in a good way.
Yeah.
I'd love to have him on. Have to maybe work that out. I've reached out to a few other Care Rio individuals. What about Mr. Drain's retirement party coming up here in a couple weeks? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I saw the update for it. I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but when is it? August
14th. August 14th at Care Park. It's a Saturday, 6:00, I believe. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm trying to get out of work and get there. Not get out of work, but trying to leave early to get there and be there for that.
Yeah. Oh man. So last weekend, long weekend, went to dad was out seeing his lady for the weekend. So I took it upon myself and to go to the house.
What a good son.
Water the yard, just being the great son that I am.
So humble.
But I brought my lady with me. We just kind of like chilled for a few days. We went to go on a hike on Monday, the 5th, I think it was. But long story short, we were driving by over in La Cañada, and then we drove by where we used to play Flint Ridge.
Oh,
yeah. And I was trying to explain things to her. I was like, yeah, this school was a rivalry of ours. And I was like, they're little bitches over there, basically. But I was like, I always hate these rich entitled fucks. But anyways, she was just like, oh, so where'd you go to school? I was like, long story. And I tried to explain it to her. I was like, this school was a private school, but it's not your average private school. So I was like, I can't tell you. All I can do is show you.
Oh,
So we drove over there on a Monday morning, and I was like, okay, this street was called Quiet Street. She was like, what? I'm like, well, we had a lot of buses going up and down this street at all hours of the day and night. So we made a rule. It was Quiet Street. We couldn't talk when we got on this street. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's nice. I was like, yeah, it was really nice. And then I was like, all right, okay, so here we go. And we pull in, and I was like, this is it. She was like, this is a private school? Like, yeah.
Ouch.
And I was like, you see that giant building over there? Yeah, when I was here, that wasn't here. It was just a big pavilion.
It's a tent.
Yeah. And we drove all the way down, and I you know me, I don't want to catch anybody's eye or anyone recognize me. So, but I'm pretty sure I saw Dan Kirby was there. He was walking where the Donkey basketballs used to be.
Got to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, he's another must. But then I drove. I was like, yeah, so this was it. This is where we used to play basketball. That trailer's over there where we used to have this class. And then we're driving out, and I see Mr. Mosier. And I just try to play it off. I'm just a random person driving in and out. And no disrespect to anybody. It's how I am. And I see him like supervising a couple kids with like weed whackers up there where you exit.
Oh, that's about.
And then I was just like, yeah, those kids are probably working off demerits. She was like, what?
What's a demerit?
What's a demerit? Okay, basically, if you do something bad, you get a demerit, and you don't want to get more demerits because then you're ineligible to play, and then there's a bunch of other crap that can happen. I was like my demerits were stupid. It was sagging. It was using my drumsticks on the classroom door, stuff like that, or being late or something like that. And I was like, and she was just like, this isn't a private school. You're lying to me. I was like, no. And then you see this house. I used to hang out here, and this is where this person lives. This whole block is basically like, RHP alumni.
Yeah.
She was like, this is odd. And I was like, yeah. And then over there we go, there's a wash that we would always like play baseball in or go for runs in. And she was like, oh, so that was where, when you were making out with girls, you would retreat there. I was like, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. But everyone knew it was going on.
Breaking news.
Yeah. Everyone knew it was going on. Yeah. We'd have to jump over this large gate, run around the block, and then come back through the entrance like nothing happened. Just to not get caught, because then we weren't eligible to play football.
Yes, exactly. And that thought scared me away from girls for a long time, because I was like, I'm not missing a game. Yeah. But that to each his own.
At least I didn't give up the location, because kids there today, I don't want to ruin it for them.
No. Things have changed a little bit there, but it's Rio is a hard place to explain, but it's a wonderful place to explain and talk about, because so many great memories, we got to do things no one else got to do. No. Experience, and just incredible. I nothing but love for that place. And this is what I'm talking about, Sam. This guy, he's acting like he got shoved, and he's acting like he just got hit by a free safety in the head on a pass over the middle. He didn't even get shoved. He fell down.
It's flopping, dude.
Yeah, but how long do you flop? These guys flop for 90 seconds, like LeBron.
I can't feel my leg. I can't.
Now he's grabbing his leg. I thought it was his head. Oh, what are they bringing out? Smelling salts?
Yeah, it looks a little rough.
And the clock is still running.
That's the starts for the added time at the end.
I guess so.
Stop whining. It's sports.
Alive. Every single time. I got shot. It's like, oh my goodness, every time. I know basketball players take charges and things too, but yeah, they don't lay there for an hour unless you're LeBron James.
No, they're too busy kneeling.
Yeah.
Really
our NBA update. I'm just kidding. We don't talk NBA. All those Phoenix Suns, good for you. About to win a title, it looks like. You know what? Hockey playoffs. I watched a little. I thought it was awesome that the team from Florida, from the state that opened up, and I know the players on the teams are not Floridians, or there's Canadians on that team and, Americans on the Canada team, but Tampa Bay beating Montreal in 5 games, just kicking their, you know what, was awesome. So like USA, because Canada is worse draconian lockdown measures than we do. So I thought it was awesome that not only American team won, but a team from the free state of Florida. God bless Ron DeSantis. They're a great
next
governor.
president.
Oh man, I agree. I do agree with that. I even think, like, say Trump did run again, which I'm not so sure about. Like, he's gonna be 78. Maybe he can just be an influencer. I don't know. But if he does run again, how amazing would that be? Trump, DeSantis as his VP, just 4 years, warm him up, and then DeSantis goes for 8. What do you think? 12 years of DeSantis in some form.
Oh, I'd love it. I'd love it. Is Candace Owens old enough to be vice president?
Absolutely. She should be some type of higher up in any administration. She would be fantastic. I know her husband's British, so she's probably rooting for England here. Big time.
Let's get her on the podcast.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Candace Owens, absolutely. You've been listening to more and more podcasts. I try to throw some your way. I know you're a busy man at work, but there's 2 in particular I think that you really like. One has been going on a while and one is a little more new. You can talk about both of them, but the Talking Sopranos, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm all caught up with it now. I have to wait a week like a peasant in between each episode.
Steve Sharippa and Michael Imperioli break down each episode of the show weekly, and then also have a guest on there for the first 30 minutes or so. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that, but also a newer podcast that's in video form as well on YouTube and such. Fearless with Jason Whitlock and Uncle Jimmy.
Uncle Jimmy's amazing.
He's
so funny.
You want entertaining? You want informative? That's a great podcast. 1 hour daily that they put out. Just started last week. Uncle Jimmy's hilarious.
I've only made it through 1 episode.
Oh, really?
I just haven't had the time at work, so but now I'm gonna push through.
Mm-hmm.
I got them so many podcasts now. I got the Get Home Safe podcast, which is number 1 on the list.
Wow.
Obviously,
come on.
Coming
to you Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
I can't believe you didn't win a Webby.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I wasn't even. I'm not making any money off of this. I'm not monetized. I should have the best. There should be a award for the best free podcast.
The best worst podcast.
Whatever. Yeah. The best freest make no money off of it podcast.
Podcast most likely to be canceled.
There you go. Most controversial.
Ooh.
We need to up it up. Although Bill brings controversy on Wednesdays usually.
Well, this will be a good week then because I'm starting it off for everybody.
What I want to do is I want to have you on like monthly. Once a month. Yeah. I don't think that's asking a lot. And we can do it this way where maybe you hang out on a Saturday night and stay and we record Sunday morning. So we can.
I prefer that.
Not do it through Zoom and you not be drunk yet.
Yeah. If I'm at home, I just get bored and I start drinking and then I really want a cigarette. So by the way, this podcast is sponsored by Marlboro.
Really? I didn't know this. See, like, whatever. Hey, I'm a man of the people or whatever. One week we'll have to watch a Rams game and record probably just like a first quarter and just sit here. And so people can see like we're pretty calm individuals, unless this team's playing. They're playing. Sam and I turn into just savages and wild men.
But it's almost expected. Whenever something bad happens, it's like, oh, it's the Rams.
Yeah. I know, man, a couple more. This is a good thing that you're on because Mondays, again, get to be harder and harder. Football season is pretty easy. Just react to Sunday and Saturday. The winter season. All right. I can talk, basketball, March Madness and things. Mario Brothers. That's a good costume for the Italian crowd there. But here we are, the dog days, middle of July until the end of August. That's going to be a tough 6 weeks, man. We get football come in September, but month and a half from here to there, it's going to be a long couple of weeks waiting for football to get here.
Yeah, this is the worst time of the year. It starts to get really hot. You don't have a lot going on. So you're like forced to go to the movie theater or something. If those are still open. But yeah, there's nothing like big happening. There's, like even Fury Even
Fury,
was
I know
postponed.
that fight. That's why we're such big fight fans, because that's a weekly thing. There's something on. But yeah, Tyson Fury tests positive for COVID.
It's
And
selfish.
so Fury Wilder's going to be delayed now.
Yep. Because I think they said until October.
Ah,
But at least hey, we're going to start the fall season the right way.
okay. I like it. Yeah, it's just crazy. I love fighting. I wish more and more fights were on Sundays. I think you and I have had this conversation before.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday afternoon, everyone's home. I think it's a perfect time to have big fights.
Yep.
You know,
Nothing's on.
nothing is
I'm not
on.
going to watch what Days of Our Lives or whatever. Is that even on Sundays? There's nothing to watch.
There's soccer. I was still tied in the 86th minute here.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is the most soccer I've watched in like 10 years. It's so weird.
Hey, you get out there and you try doing this for 90 minutes.
I was 3-time Care Youth League soccer champion. What are you talking about?
That was your team. That
92, 93, 94, three-peat. We lost in triple A's.
That
but
was like Anthony Mason taking over.
3 titles in a row. Hey, he wasn't there till double A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, who else? Nick
Fuentes, he did quite a bit. That's right.
Brian Armansky.
He took a team. You're going back on some names there.
Who was Harmon?
Jonathan Harmon,
Jonathan Harmon.
Who was your his Ryan?
His brother was on it. Ryan
Harmon, I think.
Harmon,
yeah, he was on your team. You know what? I can't. Speaking of sports, that I'm like, okay, I know it's a tough time right now, but this was even before this kind of dog days of summer here. You know what I can't stand seeing on like sports channels or like promoted as a sport? 2 things: spelling bees and dog shows. What in the hell are they doing on ESPN or Fox Sports 1 or whatever? Come on. We have no standards anymore. Spelling bees and dog shows?
They're tremendous athletes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they just want their name. Now, dog shows? Is there what are dog shows?
I don't even know what they are.
Is there a trans dog?
Oh, jeez.
I just want to know.
You had to go there.
I'm curious.
They walk them around. They didn't even do like events or anything. I don't think. Quite honestly, I could be wrong because I don't watch a dog show. I flip, I see that's on, I go right past it.
Hot dog eating contests?
Okay, that's one you brought up this morning. Yeah, I support guys who can eat a lot of hot dogs. Joey Chestnut, man, you're a true warrior. But as far as it being a sport on a sports network, I don't know about that.
I think it was after, because at our work right now, I think the CEO is a really big soccer fan. So long story short, he said, talk to IT. He said, push ESPN to all the TVs. We're gonna watch soccer at work.
Wow.
Everybody. So I'm just sitting there watching soccer all day. But afterwards, ESPN was still on at the end of one day, and it had a 30 for 30 on that. I can't remember, Japanese or Chinese. The guy that was like the world eating champion forever.
What, Nakatani or whatever?
Yeah, something like that. There was a 30 for 30 on him.
No way.
Yeah. It was so funny.
That is hilarious. Back to podcasts. So Talking Sopranos, really well done. There's been some amazing guests on there, and it's like 2.5 hours, but it's a weekly thing. So you could watch it or listen to it pretty quick if you space it out. Mm-hmm. But I love the format they do there. And then Fearless with Jason Whitlock and Uncle Jimmy, really informative. Jason, man, smart guy who just says it how it is, and he's fearless. I love that he's finally has a platform now that we can listen to him on a daily basis.
Yeah, it really, I'm really happy there's something daily, because you're waiting a week for Talking Sopranos. You're every other day because you refuse to work, but this one's every day and it's entertaining.
Yeah. It's really good. And there's a lot of options out there. I'm a big Dennis Prager guy. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, they took over for Rush Limbaugh. I wasn't sure how that was going to work. I wasn't thrilled about Clay having a sidekick, but it's been phenomenal. Mm-hmm. You know, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, he used to work for the CIA. So he has an interesting angle on current events and topics. It's really, really well done. You can listen to that in podcast form as well. Daily radio show. So again, just commercial, just throwing it out there to people. Let me see here. Sam, I did walk-up songs a few weeks ago, asking people, what would be your walk-up song? Or when you're a baseball player or a fighter coming out of the tunnel. I know you probably have some strong opinions of what would be your walk-up song.
I've continuously thought about that, and I can't think of anything. I'm going to go And it's going to be a weird one.
Okay.
It's Almost Famous by G-Eazy.
Almost Famous.
Mm-hmm. It's not what you would think, but there's like good points to the lyrics. And then the other one would probably be Show Goes On by Lupe Fiasco.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
I like that one.
Because when you come out of a ton, you want kind of a nice beat, kind of a nice rhythm where it just like it just takes over the room. That's kind of the whole concept of you come the walk up song. So those aren't bad. What about I'm not huge into horse racing, but I always find horse names funny when you see horse names.
Mm-hmm.
Something like big cold six pack, or you see some funny names. I thought, what would be your horse name?
Tickle My Tummy. That's the first thing that popped into my head. Oh, back to the walk-up song.
Okay.
I just thought of the number one, No Leaf Clover, Metallica.
Yes.
That one is, you're marching in. It's that you can't beat the beat. You can't.
You're right.
Beat the beginning of that song.
That was one of my all-time favorite songs, and I've forgotten about that, but that would have been mine because they play it with like the San Francisco Orchestra or Symphony or whatever. It's rock music, Metallica rock music with violins and stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah,
great song.
You think someone's about to get a city's about to get slaughtered or something at the beginning. It's fantastic.
Oh man, that's a really, really good one. So yeah, good walk-up songs there. Sam, what is a good day to you? Like the end of the day and you're just like, man, today was a good day. It can be work related, non-work related. What makes Sam Heersema's day?
Lately on Saturdays, I take my lady, her dogs, and her little brother to a school, and it's like kind of like quarantined off, or it's got gates all the way around it, so we can just let the dogs run wild, have a good time. Skateboarding there, which has been just something that I've been getting back into. It's fun.
Since we used to injure ourselves on our street, the hill going into bricks and all kinds of stuff as kids.
Doing something like that mixed along with, just feeling accomplished, whether that's working out, whether that's getting something done. Like, I don't know about you, but if I get cleaning done in the house, cleaning, laundry, vacuuming, mopping, doing all that type of stuff. No, it's not the most masculine thing in the world. But when I sit down and then say I go on a run after that, when I sit down, I feel like, all right, I've earned this whiskey I'm about to have at 4 p.m. And it ends with whiskey, maybe a new movie, watching it with my lady, maybe that leading into other things with my lady, but just chill stuff. I don't need much. I just have to feel accomplished in order to completely relax.
But are there days too where you're just like, I don't want to do anything today. I don't want to do any accomplishment. I just want to space out, recharge the batteries. Or do you kind of are you built where you kind of have to do something every day just to be like, I'm a functioning person?
No. But on the other days I have to do it. It always goes back to earning it.
Yeah.
I can't sit on the couch like a piece of shit all day for a whole week.
No, not a whole week.
I can do it, but I'll feel terrible.
You have told me that there were days where you've, got Postmates or Uber Eats for 3 consecutive meals. And that's not all the time though.
Yeah. I had a bad ankle that day and I didn't want to go anywhere. So I said, I gave the leave it at the door option. All I had to do was get to the front door. Went back to watching some TV, went back to watching some sports. And it was the same delivery guy.
No way.
Yeah.
He probably, did he judge you?
I told him, I was like, please don't judge me.
Hello, Mr. Heersema. Good to see you again. Can I get your order for your next meal right now? That's great.
I would roll over. I'd roll over one way because whenever I stay at dad's, I always sleep on the couch. I don't know why. Still go to my bed, but I rolled over and I instantly was like, I need coffee.
Yeah. It's a lot.
And then I went back to bed and waited for the notification.
You got to be kidding me. You Postmated coffee? Wow.
Coffee and a little egg muffin.
Oh, yeah, of course. If you're gonna get wet, might as well go swimming. Yeah. That's great. Well, because honestly, there's days Now that I could get into. He just clotheslined the guy. That's a horse collar.
That's a horse
collar. 15 yards. Can't do that.
When did Manu Ginobili start playing soccer?
Giorgio Chiliano or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked just like the Manu Ginobili. All right, this game's not over yet. Come on, just go to the shootout
We're
already.
in added time. We're in added the 6 minutes right now. It's probably going to be called.
This will be the last possession right here.
Then
Then
the extra time.
Then they're gonna hug each other and play another extra.
Okay, now we're doing extra time probably.
20 minutes. All right, whatever. Can we talk through this? Okay, there they go. End of regulation. 1-1. Shocking. No way.
Shut up. Give me my Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah. Here's your round 2. You get your Coca-Cola 0 for
round 2.
Sam Heersema.
Now let's round 2. In this series, we'll discuss
Isn't that a
why.
good sound?
We'll discuss why you should give reparations to.
So stop it. There's always something with you, man. Oh, I can never trust you. Hey, you told me earlier in the week, you said you re-listened to our podcast. I think it was like Halloween, and you said you like predict. I don't know why you went back and listened, but you said you.
I went back and
something?
listened to it because I wanted to remember something. It's not important.
Okay.
But I remembered that I said it during that podcast, and Turner and Hooch.
Oh, you predict? Yeah, that's what you said. You predicted the Rams season.
The Rams season. I said they're going to lose before the NFC Championship. Sure as shit, they did.
Not bad. Well, I'm excited, man. It's coming up. I would love for us to get to a game at that new stadium, but it's going to be pricey. I almost forget Matt Padford is their quarterback. Now.
Yeah, I keep looking at the Rams website, waiting to see Jared Goff, and I see Stat Padford. And I'm like, what the?
That's a new podcast, Flying Coach, with Peter Schrager and Sean McVay, and they interview coaches like Kyle Shanahan and Cliff Kingsbury and stuff. And I haven't listened to it at all, but it looks phenomenal.
You sent me the link to it, and I'll get to it. It's just there's only so many podcasts I can listen to.
What's going to happen is I'll probably get a football itch here in August, and I'll start like burning through it on like Sundays or something. Yeah. But back to the whole relaxing thing, like I'm a believer, like if you run hard during the week, you know, you are working your job, you're doing maybe something else outside of that, you are, I don't know, hobby or whatever, you kind of earn that right to relax on an off day. Like truth be told, like, man, I get to Sundays and I'm just like, it'd be nice to go do something, but I don't really want to do anything. I want to sit around and, you know, tomorrow we do it all again. I start doing podcasts. I start driving for Uber, and I work my regular job. So it's like, there's not much time to go around really. So the time you do have, it's like, I want to do nothing.
Yeah. It's about earning it, you know,
earning
it's
it.
Like,
gotta earn it.
If you're not sore, you need to do more, you know?
Oh, that's a great quote.
I literally just
made that up.
Yeah. Like 5 seconds ago.
If you're not sore, you need to do more.
And so you can be sore physically. You could be sore mentally. You could be stress your body a little bit, people.
Uncle Sam, I bring to you guys, Uncle Sam. He doesn't have any nephews or nieces, thank goodness. But hey, stop it. But Uncle Sam, he collects it's what I wanted to have you on as like a segment, something Uncle Sam related, as far as, you know, pay the taxes, pay up with Uncle Sam or something like. That was kind of my thought with you. And he looks great with the American flag behind you.
It really does. The only thing missing is a cigarette. That's a true American.
And your count, are you twitching yet? You're ready to go. If you're not sore, you need to do some more.
If you're not sore, you need to do more.
Wow. That might be our title.
No.
That's pretty good, Sam. God bless you, man. That's hilarious. And it could be anything. That could be.
It goes with drinking too.
Yeah.
If you don't have a hangover the next day, you didn't do it right.
What was the Sinatra quote? I think Sinatra said, or maybe it was Dean Martin, said something like, I feel bad for people who don't drink because when they wake up, that's the best they're going to feel all day.
It's got a great point. If you're hungover, you feel progressively better throughout the day.
Yeah.
You wake up like
your day only gets better.
You wake up feeling like shit. And by the end of the day, you just want another drink.
Those guys are legends, man. Those guys just party hard, ran hard.
You didn't get you didn't listen to the most recent Talking Sopranos?
Mm-mm.
Steve Sciarippa has a story about Frank Sinatra.
Really?
and the members only jackets.
Oh, okay. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And to those people who haven't seen The Sopranos, look at we have a lot of Care Youth League listeners out there. It's graphic. It has sex and language and a lot of violence. I mean, it's definitely not for everybody.
Everything a growing boy needs.
But it's a good show and really good writing and everything. Anything mafia related, I'm really into. No. We're both fired up for the movie.
Oh, Many Saints in Newark.
That's going to be great. The prequel, the Sopranos prequel written by David Chase. Can't wait for that. What did I ask you earlier? We talked about that. Yeah. You watch us on YouTube, Sam? You tune it? Do you like the YouTube format of this thing?
I like the YouTube format. It's I'll watch the first few minutes of it. Just see if you guys do anything in the beginning to see Bill's ugly face. And by the way, I don't know why I got the same microphone as Bill. Who the hell knows what he's done to this thing?
Well, you both like to rock away from it, so I don't know. Yeah. We'll have to just get headsets here soon.
Be great.
But I'm looking forward to hopefully in a few months here move to a new spot. And a big factor of the move has been the studio aspect. Like, got to have an extra room, a den, or an extra bedroom or whatever to really make a good looking studio. And I'm thinking something along the lines where we almost put it in a corner with the background so that you can use two walls for kind of like Clay Travis does with his Outkick the Show, where he has, the Tecmo Bowl thing and, other stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's definitely a factor in us moving into a new place, hopefully, is the studio and what we can do with it.
Yeah. Oh, you should do it the same way. You should do it the way that they do it on other podcasts where they're kind of on like different corners. When you have Bill and yourself, like
socially distanced, of course. Yeah. Yes. Well, with the cheap microphone I have, there's only so much you can do. But this is the wide view computer mic that I got. But always improving.
We'll get you. We'll make sure your new place has a little she shed for you.
I need a new laptop too. Look at this thing. This thing was in the computer lab at Rio back in 1999. Sometime. This I do need some work. What do you think, Sam? Did you hear about the Kurt Warner movie coming out?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the preview for it. It looks a little corny, but it's a book we both read.
Yeah,
basically, it's based off of that. Right.
What a great story. Yeah, the Kurt Warner story. I mean, still one of the best stories in all of sports, I think. And
yeah,
Dennis Quaid plays Coach Vermeil. That's pretty cool.
Nah, he looked pretty good as Vermeil. I miss Dick Vermeil.
Oh,
Where
man.
the hell is he now?
He would just, I mean, how would you not go play hard for that guy when he's like crying and telling you he loves you and stuff? Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll do whatever. Yes, sir.
I still watch that highlight of that season. And at the end, after they win, when he's hugging Kurt Warner and Kurt Warner's crying and saying like, thanks for the chance. And then Dick Vermeil's going around to everybody. He was like, hey, DeMarco, you're a world champion.
And then he went out with a bang. Said, I mean, what a leader. Talk about leaders. Yeah, that was.
Well, he went to the Chiefs after that.
Came back after a few years. It's funny how guys do that. They'll leave, recharge the batteries. Wouldn't that be nice if you could do it at your job? Hey, I'm going to leave for a couple years. I'll be back, but I just need some time off.
I'll be back. Just make sure the salary's right. I would love to do that. Oh my goodness.
Unless you got something else, there's just one thing I want to close with you, and it's not on a negative note, really. It's just, I see these posts on Facebook about these movies made in the 1990s would be problematic today, or this television show, this movie, it would never fly today. And I'm thinking to myself, people are offended by shows from like 10 or 20 years ago or even longer. I'm like, you people got to get a life. We look to be offended so much these years, so much these days. It's crazy, man. Oh, that movie that was made 30 years ago didn't have 2021 standards. How dare they? What I don't know if we need more hobbies or what the people is. Some people have a hobby of just being offended and looking for things to cry about.
Yeah. I think Bruce Willis should apologize for doing Die Hard. It should have been given to either a woman, a trans, or a different ethnic person. That was very wrong of them. And to make Hans Gruber an immigrant, the villain it's terrible.
Drop from a roof.
Yeah. Drop from a
Absolutely.
roof. He should have pulled him back up, given him a hug, and lightly placed him on a cot in the back of an ambulance.
Joan McClane will be Joan McClane will be the next Die Hard
Joan McClane.
movie, and Hans Gruber. Yeah, Lewis, rest in peace, Hans. One of the greatest villains, I think, in all of
greatest
movies.
villain.
I mean, the OG really.
I'm an exceptional thief.
I'm an exceptional thief. He's spectacular, but yeah, it's getting worse, Sam. Where like the show Friends, people look at that and they're like, well, these are 10 moments in Friends that are completely inappropriate. It's like, it wasn't filmed yesterday. It was filmed 20 years ago. Yet, why don't we look? We never look forward. Everyone wants to look back. And I'm a big believer in history and learning from our history, our mistakes and our great moments. But I just don't understand this fascination. Oh, we gotta go. Oh, they kicked it out of bounds. Freaking soccer. So I don't understand this fascination with being offended and just triggered. I even heard that being triggered is a wrong word now because it's like gun related. That we're being triggered by the word triggered.
Wow.
You know what I mean? People got to get a life, get a hobby, do something. I don't know. But I'm offended by soccer. I really am, but it's not that big of a deal. Like,
yeah, you're watching it.
Forcibly. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything, every little thing. If everything is offensive, then maybe nothing is truly offensive. It takes away from what really is offensive.
It's not, you either agree with something or you don't. Being offended isn't a valid third option. It's just not. And I'm sorry, but stop looking like there's the whole thing with Friends. It was like, what do they say? It was too white. Like,
yeah,
relax.
Like, okay. Like, so yeah. Or, some of the scenes they had, as an example, one of the funniest comedy bits, stand-up comedy, scenes I've ever seen. And I laugh hard every single time is something I completely disagree with. Completely. Jim Jeffries and gun control.
Yeah. But
he is so funny with how he says it and how he paints a picture. And again, I find myself laughing hysterically, even though it's things I completely disagree with. But people can't do that or just ignore it,
Yeah. I know exactly the stand-up you're talking about. I love
it's hysterical.
I'm laughing just thinking about
it.
Well, yeah, it's not gonna change. People are gonna find a different way to get offended by something else. And
I just feel with these people that make a living of oppression and being offended, it's like you almost just have to ignore them or tell them to screw off, like, because they're going to move on to something else. If they're going to move right on to something else, too many people apologize. The Drew Brees thing, when he apologized for his reckless and extreme viewpoint on the national anthem and the U.S. flag. They came after him and he apologized. You never apologize to the mob because they're going to get you later on, or it's a movement. It's called a movement for a reason. It keeps going. It never ends. They always are looking for something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think's next? That's a fun game. You should do a poll on that. What's the next thing to be canceled? Like when everyone, like, what did they do? The Uncle Ben, they did the Aunt Jemima. They did Land of the Lakes, which I don't understand about Land of the Lakes. They did the most American thing possible. They kept the land and took away the Indian. Like, what?
Sam, you're gonna get us thrown off of YouTube.
We should be buying more Land of the Lakes butter.
I thought you were a casino guy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but they've taken enough of my money.
Oh man, alive! Yeah, I switched over to another butter when I saw that. I'm like, I'm not supporting overreactions of things. I'm just not gonna do it. There'll be something. Let's see. What can we look around at here?
White Claw.
White Claw.
White.
Are you kidding me?
Should be Black Claw.
Great. I just told everyone what we're drinking.
I'm drinking Coke.
Yeah, you're woke cola is what you're drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Just take a look around.
All you gotta do is look around the room, and something will be offensive. Well, I do have a John Wayne calendar for those who don't get to see it on YouTube. Yeah. Big time problematic there.
That's terrible.
I know, but people who watch this show, They kind of know who I am, or I don't know. Apparently, I'm this awful person. You ever been treated that way? Like you're some awful person because
Yes.
you believe a certain thing or
Yeah,
whatever?
I love it so
I'm
much.
like,
Thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
I guess so. Oh man, alive.
Man, I learned it. I learned that one a long time ago, long before all this cancel bullshit started happening.
You can't care what other people
You
think.
really can't, not at all. And it's really entitling, or it's
Liberating.
No, liberating when you actually get there, and the first time you get to piss somebody off, and they start crying, and you just don't care. It's excellent.
You can't say that. Well, I just did.
Well, fucking did.
Is that a cigarette? Say it again. We got to do this more often, man. I know it's hard. We live far away, but I think once a month we got to give it a shot to try to get on here. Again, maybe a weekend or something. Yeah. Zoom's a little harder.
Yeah, it's just a little harder on my end because I don't really have a space for it. I share a wall, and it's like you don't really want to be too loud.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'll get here at least once a month, and we'll do something.
Yeah, I think the fans like it. They like you coming on here, and I think it's just we can go over topics and just BS, and of course I have to make you breakfast and do things of that nature. You
should be done by the time I wake up, but
you're treated like such a peasant here, or lack thereof. I think
by the time I am awake, I should be smelling bacon. Coffee should be already poured into my cup and delivered to the bedroom.
Wow, you're not needy at all.
No, I'm not. I brought you 12 White Claws.
Wow, thank you for what was that? $13
plus tax and CRV.
Well, you know what, Sam? Now that this podcast is recorded, I don't have to wake up early Monday morning. You do because you work mornings. I work afternoons. I can get some sleep and just kind of have a nice, drawn out Monday. And you know what else? You know what I'm planning to do the rest of the day? Absolutely nothing. What about you? Same.
Drive home and do absolutely nothing from 35 miles away.
What do you watch when you get home? You watch a lot of Netflix or movies or what?
HBO Max right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I have it now, so I gotta watch everything.
Oh, okay.
I watched The Sopranos like 3 times.
It's so good.
Since I got HBO Max.
It's been a while. Listening to the podcast, I definitely want to get back into that. I used to watch it at least once a year.
And other than that, though, I'm on the cusp of winning a Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm about to be in the NFC Championship playing the Saints.
Okay.
In the year 2026.
We know how that goes. Good. The only time the Rams can win a Super Bowl is on Madden. So that'll be fun. Can't wait for the season, Sam. Did we even go over the Rams Bears coming up? Sunday Night Football, week 1. I don't know if we talked about the Rams schedule or not. We don't need to right now, but we'll do that maybe before the season starts in August. We'll do another show together. We'll talk about the NFL. We'll give a preview. We'll talk about the Rams. Maybe talk about a game or two we want to try to get to. And that'll be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for our next episode, brother episode, Sam Heersema and I. Uncle Sam, pay up with Uncle Sam. I don't know. I'll let you come up with the title.
Something.
Well, guys, if you learned anything today, it's if you're not sore,
you need to do more.
Okay. You've heard that from Sam, guys. Thanks for joining us today on the Get Home Safe podcast. Sam will be back with us hopefully in a month. It might be time to switch over, start over, get back to that sore feeling you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better.
Okay, feeling better. And I'll even watch the rest of this communist kickball game going on here. It's soccer or whatever. They get a trophy for this game, whoever wins?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So participation trophy. This is just the pre-Olympics. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
No, the World Cup's
I don't know. I don't
18,
know this
22, 2 years next year.
Yeah, I'm going to need something stronger if you're going to make me watch this. Anyway, if you're not sore, you need to do more. And guys, as always, no matter what you're doing, whether you're out on the town or around in third base, get home safe.